Good day, my dear students. Welcome to our science class. Before we further discuss our new lesson, let's have a quick review of the things that we have discussed last time. So, let's identify the different parts of the heart. Number 1. That's right. It is the aorta. Number 2. Right atrium. 3. Right ventricle. 4. Left ventricle. 5. Left atrium. And 6. That's right. That is pulmonary artery. Okay class, before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have an activity first. I will show you some pictures and you will identify what are those organs and what system they are belong to. Okay, let's check if your answers are correct. Let's start at the upper left corner. First, mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. So class, do you now have an idea of our new lesson? Very good! Our new lesson for this fourth quarter, week 1, is all about digestive system. For today's objective, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify the organs that make up the digestive system and describe the function of each organ. And here is your guide questions. What is digestive system? What organs make up the digestive system? How do nutrients absorb by our body? Everybody loves eating food, but what do you think will happen next after swallowing the food? Food plays an important role in our daily life. Without food, we cannot survive. Food gives us all the required nutrients in order for us to perform activities. However, even after we eat, the body cannot use the food right away. In order to do that, food needs to be digested and processed inside our body to extract and get substances and nutrients needed by our body. What is digestion? Digestion refers to the breakdown of food into smaller components that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Digestion is how your body turns food you eat into nutrients it uses for energy, growth, and cell repair. So class, I have a question. What system of the body changes the food into substance that can be absorbed by the body cells? That's right. It is the digestive system. Your digestive system is uniquely designed to turn the food you eat into nutrients which the body uses for energy, growth, and cell repair. Digestive system also composed of organs working together to get nutrients from the food we eat. Our digestive system has 3 main functions. These are to break down food into a smaller portion, to absorb nutrients into bloodstream and transfer nutrients to the cells to provide energy, to aid in elimination process of undigested food. During digestion, food passes through a long tube inside the body known as the gastrointestinal tract. The gastrointestinal tract, which is major composes the digestive system, which is made up of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. There are also important accessory organs that helps our body digest food. These accessory organs of the digestive system include the teeth, tongue, salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. There are two types of digestion. These are mechanical and chemical digestion. In mechanical digestion, the food is broken down into smaller particles, which usually happens in the mouth through the action of teeth and tongue. While in chemical digestion, the food particles are broken down into nutrients and other substances that can be absorbed by the body. This starts at the mouth and continues in the stomach and small intestine. Now, let's talk about the parts and functions of the digestive system and how does digestive system work. Digestion begins in the mouth. The mouth is the beginning of the digestive tract. In fact, digestion starts before you even take a bite. Your salivary glands get active as you see and smell that pasta dish or warm bread. After you start eating, you chew your food into pieces that are more easily digested. Your saliva mixes the food to begin to break it down into a form your body can absorb and use. When you swallow, your tongue passes the food into your throat and into your esophagus. As the food is chewed, saliva is released by the salivary glands. Saliva is important for moistening the food. It also helps in the partial breakdown of food. The chewed food is now passing through the pharynx to the esophagus. Did you know, my dear students, that the esophagus, which passes the food from the pharynx to the stomach, is about 25 cm or 10 inches in length? The width varies from 1.5 to 2 cm or about 1 inch. The esophagus is a muscular tube extending from the pharynx to the stomach. By means of a series of contractions called peristalsis, the esophagus delivers food to the stomach. Just before the connection to the stomach, there is a zone of high pressure called the esophageal sphincter. This is a valve meant to keep food from passing backwards into the esophagus. The smooth muscle of the esophagus contracts in a rhythmic form and wave-like motion. This process is called peristalsis. Through this, it pushes the bolus down to the stomach. After the esophagus, it will go through the stomach. The stomach is a hollow organ or container that holds food while it is being mixed with the stomach enzymes. These enzymes continue the process of breaking down food into a usable form. Cells in the lining of the stomach secretes a strong acid and powerful enzymes that are responsible for the breakdown process. When the content of the stomach are processed enough, they are released into the small intestine. The sphincter muscle at the end of the stomach contracts to keep the bolus inside. The churning action of the stomach breaks down the bolus into smaller food parts. Bolus also mix with acid. Inside our stomach are gastric juices, and these gastric juices contains mucus, enzymes, water, and hydrochloric acid. These substances are secreted by the accessory organs like pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. Pancreas. It is a soft reddish-gray or yellowish-gray gland that lies behind the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice that helps digest carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. The liver is the largest organ in the body. It is located near the stomach. It releases bile, which is stored in our gallbladder. Gallbladder is a small sac under the liver where bile is stored. During digestion, the gallbladder releases bile into the small intestine. These bile are important to digest fats. The chyme is then pushed into the small intestine. Did you know, my dear students, that the small intestine is measuring about 22 feet or 7 meters on average? or 3.5 times the length of your body? Most of the digestion takes place in the small intestine. Small intestine adds substance in the chyme to break it down further. Small intestine absorbs most of the nutrients from the food and prepares the nutrients for circulation throughout the different parts of the body. The undigested food particles are absorbed and passed onto the large intestine. The large intestine or colon is responsible for processing waste so that emptying the bowels is easy and convenient. It's a 6-foot-long muscular tube that connects the small intestine to the rectum. The undigested food material is broken down until only the parts which are not useful to the body are left. These will be expelled from the body in the form of feces. Peristalsis continues to move the feces toward the rectum. The rectum provides temporary storage for feces before they are extracted. Peristalsis of the smooth muscle in the rectum pushes the feces out of the body through anus. The whole process of digestion happens again and again to sustain the nutrients and energy needed by our body. So now, let's answer the following questions. 1. What is digestive system? Digestive system is uniquely designed to turn the food you eat into nutrients which the body uses for energy, growth, and cell repair. Second, what organs make up the digestive system? The main organs that make up the digestive system are the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. Helping them along the way are the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. Third, how do nutrients absorb by our body? As food passes through the gastrointestinal tract, it mixes with digestive juices, causing large molecules of food to break down into smaller molecules. The body then absorbs these smaller molecules through the walls of the small intestine into the bloodstream, which delivers to the rest of the body. And now, it's assessment time. May I request everyone to prepare your pens and any sheet of paper for your evaluation. First activity will be multiple choice. Direction: choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Question number 1 is also known as the oral cavity. Its purpose is to mechanically break down of food, moisten it with saliva, and swallow the food into the esophagus to the stomach. A. Gallbladder. B. Small intestine. C. Liver. D. Mouth. Question number 2. It is a long muscular tube that starts from the back of your throat and ends at your stomach. A. Small intestine. B. Stomach. C. Large intestine. D. Esophagus. 3. It is a pear-shaped organ located in the upper left side of abdomen. A. Stomach. B. Gallbladder. C. Liver. D. Pancreas. 4. It is about 20 feet long and about an inch in diameter. Its job is to absorb most of the nutrients from what we eat and drink. A. Stomach. B. Gallbladder. C. Small intestine. D. Large intestine. 5. In this place, water from the undigested food is absorbed. A. Stomach. B. Large intestine. C. Rectum. D. Small intestine. Second activity. You will label the organs of the digestive system. This time, we will now check your work. The following are the answers of the given questions from the assessment. Once again, congratulations everyone! You will be able to explain and understand the parts and functions of the digestive system. Again, thank you so much for listening.